All right, so we are going to talk about week two's writing assignment, and it appears right at the top of your week two assignments above the printouts. And this assignment will be completed in Blackboard. So what you can do is I'm going to go ahead and show it to you, and you're going to click on that link, and then you're going to hit begin. Now, I would like for you to try to complete the assignment in one setting where you read it. So you just scroll down, and there's actually two passages, one called The New Kid in School and one called Singing Out. And one of the things that you guys have to learn is to compare and contrast two passages or two characters or two different things, and so that's what you're going to be doing today, is comparing the characteristics or the feelings of these two kids in these two passages. So you're going to click on it, and I'd like for you to, again, like I said, try to attempt to do this in one setting. So you'll read it, and then you'll answer the prompt at the end. And then you are going to type your answer. So here you go. If we read these two, you would read them. And then all the way at the bottom is your prompt. And your prompt is, how are Nina and Jaden alike at the beginning of the stories? And how are they alike at the end? And that would be your prompt, what you're going to answer. And so you would keep on scrolling down here, and here is a checklist that I'd like you guys to make sure you have. Let's go ahead and review that. And we're again going to review that on your group lessons, but you can listen to this in this video. So the things I'd like you to have in your paragraph essay is your sentences start with a capital letter. Your paragraph has 5 to 7 sentences. Your paragraph has a topic sentence, which is your green, like we've talked about. Paragraph has 2 star ideas that support the topic sentence. Those are your yellow sentences. And then your yellow sentences have red explaining sentences. And we'll review that here in a minute again. I have enough space between my words, and my sentences end with an end mark. So if you're typing, you just have one space. After punctuations, usually 2 spaces. But these this checklist can be for if you're writing it as well. Then I want you to show me the parts of your answer, your paragraph essay, by underlining green, yellow, and showing me your green, yellow, and red sentences. And you can do them here by highlighting your sentences here, right here, after you're done. So this is going to take a good amount of time for sure. Now, one thing you can do is from Blackboard, I do have an outline that you can write your answer on paper first, if you'd like. And let me go ahead and show you what is in Blackboard. So this form is in Blackboard that you can use, and you can go ahead and use this outline, especially for new students. If you're returning, we did this a lot last year, and you can use this. This will help you with making sure you have your green, yellow, and red sentences, and then also at the end your green. So you can go ahead and print this out from Blackboard, and you can write it first, and then you'll type it right in Blackboard. So that can really help you along the way, and I suggest that every new kid does this, and anyone struggling in their paragraph writing last year, do this as well. Not everyone will, it may, for returning kids, be a good review, but you do not have to do that. You can type it right into Blackboard. So once you're done answering it on paper, you can go ahead and type it, or you can just go ahead outright type it. Now, if you can't finish it in one setting, it's okay. You'll work your way up to being able to read and then write your answer if you can't. If you cannot, you can go ahead And just click down here on Save All Answers. It's right at the bottom. It says Save All Answers. Then you can go back into Blackboard and continue with the assignment. When you're all completely done, you'll hit Save and Submit, and then that would be, you would hit that, you would give that to me. If you accidentally hit Save and Submit, go ahead and tell me, and I can reopen it. But you can open and close this as many times as you like, a little bit different than last year. And but just make sure you save all your answers. So, okay, so let's go back into it. All right, so I'm going to go back into week 2. And like I said, you can go back in. And let's go ahead and look at so the prompt is here at the beginning as well. How are Nina and Jaden alike at the beginning of the stories, and how are they alike at the end? So be conscious. So it's really good to read your prompt at the beginning of your passage that you're reading, because when you read your prompt or question that you need to answer, it will help you identify it when you're reading it. So, oh, okay, so now as you're reading it, you're like, okay, I understand how I'm going to answer this question. Your brain starts to think about that, and actually you have kind of a focus from your question. So you know your question, so when you're reading, you're like, okay, all right, I kind of have a feeling what I'm going to write here. But if you just read the passage and then read your prompt, it's not as easy, but it's a good strategy to always read your prompt first. Even if your prompt is not at the beginning, you can go and find your prompt or the question that you're to answer. We're not going to read this right now. You're going to go ahead and read those 2 passages and try to figure out, well, how Nina, this would be Nina and Jaden, were alike at the beginning, and how they are alike at the end. So you're going to have a topic sentence that states the question. So last year we worked on rewriting our prompts and our questions, rewriting them in a statement. So we worked on that a lot, and for new kids, we will probably work on those again, and it's actually good for all people to think about. Let's see if I can get rid of this here. All right, so if you write your answers on the paper and you're ready to type, or you're just ready to type in your answer, you'll just click on the space below here, and you can definitely change the fonts if you'd like, or the color of your font by clicking on the T here, and I'll go ahead and do that. And I like my font a little bit bigger, so I can do that as well. All right, when we write a paragraph, we like to indent, and that's about 5 spaces, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can hit the tab button when you're typing. You want to indent, and do you remember what indenting did? Why do you indent your paragraph? Think about it there for a second. So you indent, so I'll tell you the answer, see if you're right. You indent to show the beginning of a paragraph. When you're reading along, you can see where the authors indent their paragraphs, and it shows different paragraphs, so you make sure you indent. That will be on your checklist later. It's not on today. So I indented, and I'm going to write my topic sentence, my green sentence. Do not kids like to start off their paragraph with a yellow sentence, a detail, telling me why Nina and Jaden were alike. So you first want to rewrite your question or your prompt as a statement. So let's do that right now. You try to make a different topic sentence or something that looks like, but please don't try to copy what I write here. I'm not going to do a whole paragraph answer right now with you, but I'm going to go ahead and work on that topic sentence. The topic sentence, once you have that, it's super easy to write your paragraph. So that green sentence. Nina and Jaden, and I spelled Jaden wrong. There we go. J-A-D. Okay. Nina and Jaden were alike let's say we're both unhappy at the beginning of the stories, period. That's it. Now that's going to be my topic sentence. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, or you could put them in green font if you want, or I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in green, okay? So Nina and Jaden were both unhappy at the beginning of the stories. So you can go ahead and start your yellow sentence. If you look at your outline, remember, that's going to be your yellow: reason, detail, or fact. And I'm going to use time order words, so first, because I'm giving some reasons why they were unhappy. So that would be your yellow, and then you can write a red. Now, some kids may not get red sentences at first. My returning kids, for sure, please write some red sentences. So then I would say first, and this is not going to be green. You're going to have to go ahead and highlight that and put it in yellow as you type it. First, and then tell me, maybe Nina was nervous and Jaden was lonely. Something like that. First, Nina was nervous and Jaden, this might help you guys, is lonely. Remember, they were both different. Now, in your red sentence, and I'm not going to write that, your red sentence is going to explain, how was Nina nervous? Remember, Nina was nervous because, and once you read the two passages, you'll see why Nina was nervous and why Jaden was lonely. That's going to be your red sentence. And then you're going to have another yellow sentence, which is a detail, fact, and tell me how they were alike. And then second, they were alike at the end because Nina, let's see, they were both happy. So at the end of the story, Nina and Jaden were both happy, period. The red sentence is going to tell me why Nina was happy and why Jaden was happy. And then you're going to give me a concluding sentence. And remember, that concluding sentence restates your topic sentence. So Nina and Jaden were the same. Were both alike at the beginning and at the end, and all in all, the things that they tried helped them become a better person, or they learned. They both learned things. Now, you can say different things where maybe Nina and Jada both didn't like their circumstances. So just because I said unhappy doesn't mean you have to put unhappy, because there are several different answers that you can answer them. But just make sure you have all the parts. And all the parts here, remember, are right here. If you want to copy and paste them, if you want to print them out so that you have all your parts of your paragraph, that's fine. If you want to type your paragraph and then have your mom or dad look at it, you can remember. You want to go in here and you want to save it, save all answers, and don't submit it. So then you can go in and you can change this as many times as you want. If you need a little bit of help with typing at first, I'm okay with that. Your goal is to want to type a complete paragraph by yourself for sure by November, December. So we're going to work on typing. All right, so I'm looking forward to some really great answers for your prompt. And remember, you don't have to do it all in one setting, but your goal is by November, December to complete it all in one setting, because you might want to write it out on paper first and then type it. Let me know if you have any questions on it. Have a good one.